Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. There are two realities in this world. One is the actual reality and the second is the virtual reality. Virtual reality is useful, but it is not real. See, for example, let us take why there is a disturbance. Am I all right? All of you can hear me? Good. Because I am seeing some kind of disturbance somewhere. Don't worry, it's okay. I'll keep it in my gourd. कहीं को गोद पे रखा है. It's okay. Don't get disturbed. I'm perfectly all right. नहीं नहीं फिर इसका डिस्टेंस चेंज हो जाएगा. Don't worry.
थोड़ा सा ऊपर करने का.
So, in your computer science, you get or you come across these two words, actual reality and the virtual reality. What is the virtual reality? Virtual reality is that which is created, which is useful, but is not real. For example, when I was a child, I always used to have this great worry how the people must have drawn lines on the globe, the longitudes and latitudes. So I used to think as a child, they must have taken a helicopter and taking a big brush and then they must be driving or flying the helicopter upward and one line is drawn. Then again I used to get worried. But there is a water in between. How there can be line on the water? Again get lost. Then again I start thinking. But you know the fan blades also will hit the earth. How they can do it? Again get worried. Friends, these longitudes and latitudes, are they real? They are not real. They are a virtual reality. They appear, but they are not. They are useful, yet they are not. It is only by these longitudes and latitudes we can pinpoint any point on the whole globe. This is how the Google is having the Google Maps, based only on these longitudes and latitudes. This is one example of the virtual reality versus the actual reality. In actuality, there are no lines. See, first example. Second example. This I heard somewhere. There were two servants in a office, government office. And they were told, come on, shift these PCs from this room to that room. So one servant shifted his PC, which was given to him, to other room quickly. The other servant did not do it. So he was asked, why didn't you do it? Look here, your PC is old and new. Therefore, there is hardly any data. My PC is very old and there is a lot of data in that PC and therefore it is very heavy. When you add data to your hard disk, does it become heavy? See friends. And when you delete the data, does it become light? And what is that data? When you delete, where does it go? See, once I was in Australia and a person who was driving me to the airport. So out of formality, I asked him, I said, sir, what do you do? So I was told he is a professor of these softwares in that university. I said, it's good. I was waiting for somebody like you. When you delete the data, where does it go? That was my question. See? Like, suppose there are so many things on this table. If I clean them, they will be collected somewhere. In the same manner, if I delete the data, where does it go? See? So the data appears but is not. It is useful and yet it is not. Second example. Now apply this example in our day-to-day life. See? Man, the actual reality. This man is added with some kind of conditionings. The conditioning is father. So the man is reduced to a son. The same man is added with another conditioning called as the wife. The man is further reduced to a husband. Then the same man is again loaded with the third conditioning called as his own son. Now that man is further reduced to a father. And in this life, in this world, who is miserable? The man is never miserable. It is the father who is miserable. It is the husband who is miserable. It is the son who is miserable. And who are they? They are not the real ones. The real is man. See, when I lost my wife, who has gone away from me? The husband. Now the question is, where this husband has gone? See, take this example. Once, I was in Germany probably. My retreat was going on, and second day or so, one German lady came and asked this question. Swami, if you had come in my life 25 years before, so I told her, even then I would not have married you. So no, not that way. Now what way? So she said, I would not have divorced 3 times. I said, okay, now I have come in your life, now don't divorce once more, stop here. And then I asked her, I said, you asked me a question, I want to ask you another question. This is my inquiry. When you got married for the first time, you were W1 and your husband was H1. So what was the combination? W1 H1, like you got H1 N1. So W1 H1. And then you divorce. So when you divorce, W1 has gone away. So also the H1 has gone away. Then you got married second time. So W2 H2. Again, after some time, you realize your mistake and you separated. Again, third time you gave yourself a chance. Then W3, H3. Now my question is W1 equal to W2 equal to W3 equal to question mark? Solve this. Where are they? Is it W1 is equal to W2 is equal to W3 is equal to 0? Think. And if they are real, where they have gone? If they are not real, why worry? See, friends, we all are miserable in this world because the virtual reality, we have given a status of actual reality. This is all. Instead of understanding life in this light, we are carrying a terrible load of this virtual reality on our head. See? Once I was traveling somewhere from Bombay to Delhi, probably by train, many years before. That time I was young, handsome, etc. etc. And one huge round figure Sindhi came and sat in front of me. I can smell the people from a distance who are there. You know? So I said, please sit down. He said, oh, I am very happy. Maharajji, you are here in the train. So next 18 hours I will have good company to talk. I said, my God. Now this fellow is going to eat my head, whatever is left over. Then to protect myself, like a terrorist takes out a gun, I took out my rosary, mala, for chanting the Lord's name. And I told him, excuse me, I will be chanting the mantra, so please don't mind if I don't talk, but you tell me about yourself. Friends, if you want to make an old fellow happy, ask him about his or her life, but don't listen. Because old people want somebody to listen to them, that's it. And what will they talk? This is how this old man started. Before I came to India, my grandfather used to sell peanuts in Kabul. Means, now I have to prepare myself to listen to the 3 generation story. And he started on and on and on. And then we shifted to Peshawar. And from there we went to Karachi. And from when the division took place, then we went to Ranchi. You know Ranchi? It's a famous mental hospital. So we went to Ranchi. And then from Ranchi we migrated to USA in Bombay. You know USA in Bombay? Ulhasnagar Sindhi Association. We went there. And then we were having a business and I got married and children, blah, 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 blah. And then my children told me, Dad, your health is not good here because of the humidity. So why don't you go to Delhi? And therefore they bought a ticket and put me in this train. Whenever I used to see that his inspiration to talk about himself was going low, so I used to say, then what happened? Again he gets inspired. And when he came to this point, and then I came into this train and then I saw you, then what happened? Friends, the moment you come in the utter present, you have nothing to talk. All we talk about the virtual reality. And the load of virtual reality is so much that we forget to enjoy our life. Instead of celebrating the life, we calibrate the life. See, friends, therefore, this principle of virtual reality versus actual reality is such a sound principle. Whenever we are miserable, don't go and ask anybody, like many people ask us questions, I never entertain too many questions from anybody because my analysis is like this. When the children ask the question, they have got inquiry and a genuine genius question. When the old people ask question, it is not a question, it is only a complaint. Complaint is not a question. See? So, when we thus come across people and their question is, Swamiji, whenever I sit for meditation, there are too many dirty thoughts coming in my mind. What should I do? Stop doing meditation. Who asked you to do? Did the doctor say R? You know when the doctor writes R on the prescription, the meaning of that R is regrets. You have come to a wrong place. Now suffer. So they write R and they do meditation. Who told you to do meditation? See friends, one has to be very clear about it. Instead of complaining that whenever I sit for meditation, thoughts come. Now find out to whom the thoughts come. Then you will come to know. At the beginning point of every thought, there is Mr. Somebody. And who is that somebody? The somebody is a virtual reality, not actual. See? Like when we sleep, snore away, that time we are nobody, no thoughts, no worries, all happiness. The moment we are awake, somebody. So if I become a father, I have 7 daughters. 6 were smart enough to hook a fool each. The 7th one was a Dumbo. So naturally as a father I have to worry. So wherever I go, so I had to go to some funeral. And the body was burning there and we were all waiting when it is over. That time I see around, excuse me, do you know any boy for the marriage to my daughter? That fellow is burning there and you are thinking about your daughter's marriage? Because as a father, I just cannot stop thinking. Then from there, I go to a temple. And after I go to a temple and then doing namaskar to the God, and what I am asking, oh God, kisi बेवकूफ को भेज देना. Wherever I will go, my thoughts will be all the time around that somebody. And who is that somebody? It is not the reality. It is only a temporary phenomenon. See friends, it is something like this. You must have seen when the river is flowing in one direction, very cool, smooth flow, deep waters. Then in between, suppose there is some post or some rock coming out little bit. What is the movement of that water in that particular point? The water starts ebbing around that particular stone. The normal water's flow is in one direction. But that particular spot, the water starts going in the opposite direction and ebbing takes place. Exactly the same way, our life is like a flow, smoothly going. But this rock of the virtual reality, Mr. Somebody, comes up. And then instead of leading the life peacefully, cheerfully, happily, that rock makes us think the opposite way. And what our mind can think, even our enemy cannot think about us. Suppose somebody was supposed to come to your place and your own relation and told you, I'll come there by about 7:30 in the evening. Then you keep on waiting, 7:30, 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10, 11, and yet no news, nobody, no message. Then what our mind start thinking? I don't know. He was coming on a motorcycle and I told him never come. These people don't listen to me and blah 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 blah. I think there must have been some accident and one 18-wheeler truck must have run over him and he must have been completely like a massacred, like a chutney. And I don't know what will happen, you know. These children don't listen to me. And ten the bell goes and he comes. See, friends, don't let your mind ride you. See, friends, we are all miserable only because of this virtual reality called as the mind, which is creating this illusion of this relative world. Unless we recognize this principle, in one of the Upanishads the thought comes, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho bandhaya vishayasaktam muktaye nirvishayam smritam. It is the mind alone which is creating a havoc in our life. And this mind that we are living through, do we mind our mind? Do we take care of our mind? See, friends, we all have the figure of our figure, is it not? All the time worried, how is my figure? All the time, I want to be 36, 24, 36. Therefore, not eating food, only calculating the calories. And those who are happy-go-lucky, 42, 42, 42, a drum. So we take so much of care about the figure of our body. We take so much of care about our clothes. There should be perfect matching. The sandals should be the same color. The nail polish should be of the same color. Then the lower thing, what you call, I don't know, that should be of the same color. Then the shirt should be of the same color. And then that .com should be of the same color. And then the bangles also should be of the same color. And then matching. But have we ever thought of taking care of our mind? Because the thoughts erupt in our mind. Are we thinkers? Because there are trees and plants, is it a garden? Or it is a forest? When we go to the forest, we are afraid. We are not at home. And when we go to the garden, we fall in love. Such a beautiful place. See? In the same manner, when we are with our own mind, are we at peace with ourselves or we are afraid of our own mind? And when we are afraid of our own mind, we try to run away from our own self. And how do we run away? Youngsters, you must have seen, they will be putting the iPods and all the time. What they are doing? Running away from themselves. Friends, the real challenge and the real inner strength is determined if you face your own mind without any external support. Our condition is like, you know how this Microsoft or the Steve Jobs has created the computers? They have learned it from the mind. One window opens, I have to study. The second window opens, My dad doesn't give me a motorcycle. I don't know what kind of dad is this. Third window opens. Picture ko jana hai. Fourth window opens. I had to submit my assignment. Fifth window. Can I go to Google? Cut, paste, cut, paste, cut, paste. At a time, 6, 7 windows open. The more the windows you open, the speed of your working becomes less. And we all know, at a time, we can activate only one window, not all. Not recognizing this, our mind is like this. Too many priorities. I want to do this, I want to do that, and as a result, our mind is in a mess. And like every Microsoft laptop, after some time, it hangs up. And therefore, we see the youngsters. I want to take a drop. I will not appear for the exam. Why hang up? Then what is to be done? Reboot. See friends. Reboot, restart again. Take care of your mind. You will be using the virtual reality in an effective manner without getting caught up under the load of virtual reality. See, how do we do this? There are many techniques. The simplest one I will tell you. I went to somebody's house because it is one of my profession. To take food, I have to visit many houses. So I went to somebody's house. And when I went there, the food was to be served, so I was waiting for some time. And then the son and the daughter, they came from the school. Now the boys are, as you all know, most irresponsible creature in the world is the boys and the men. The ladies are real genius. Those who are very, very lucky, they have only daughters. Those who are 50% lucky and 70% unlucky, they have got both son and daughter. And those who are bichare, they have got only sons. Why? Because the daughters love their parents before marriage also. After marriage, they employ their husband to serve their parents. And therefore, next time you pray to the Lord, always pray, "Oh Lord, give me daughters, not these rascal boys." So this boy was as a useless child. He just threw away his books, did not remove even his shoes, and sat on the sofa set, started the cartoon show, and from there shouted, "Mom, give me something to eat. Give me Maggie." And watching the cartoons. The girl, she didn't come. So I asked the Amma, I said, "Mama, what happened to your daughter?" "Family, wait for some time, she'll come." She came after 1 hour. Then I asked her, I said, "Hey, what is this? Your brother came and he's enjoying. Why didn't you come?" "Oh, Swami, I had to complete my homework." "But your brother also must be having homework." "He has, then, but his homework is done by the dad. So he doesn't have to bother." "Then why your dad doesn't do your homework?" "He did once and he knows nothing. I got punishment." From that time onward, I don't allow him to do my homework. Thereafter, she said, "Swamiji, I have taken a rule on myself that when I come from the school, I don't change my school uniform. When I know I have to do my homework, why not finish it off and then enjoy life? Even a child can understand this. But what we do? आज करे सो कल कर, कल करे सो परसों, परसों भी क्या करना, एग्जामिनेशन है परसों पास. देखो संतो. Therefore keep this a simple principle. Whatever we are supposed to do, finish it off. Never leave loose ends in your life when you go away from the table. One of the simplest way to fulfill your role in your virtual life. If you are a father, do your duty perfectly well and relax. If you are a daughter, do your duty perfectly well and relax. If you don't do that, you cannot relax. You will have the load on your head. I wish I should have done that, but I didn't do. I don't know. Now mom must be very miserable. And then slowly, we develop a character of remaining irresponsible. See? So this virtual reality that we are, what is the virtual reality we are? We are mother, father, brother, sister, husband, teacher, student. Now be attentive. Which student doesn't know what is his responsibility? Every student knows. Which teacher doesn't know what is his responsibility? Every teacher knows. But for a moment, we just forget. And then, instead of remaining as a responsible student, a responsible teacher, we get the wrong way. And thereafter, other than regrets, nothing is in our life. And with that regretful accumulation of bank balance, when we grow and when we are old, that time these two things keep on torturing us. One thing is, I wish during my youthful days I should not have done this. Or I wish during my youthful days I should have done this. But now it is too early for the next life. You can't change. See? Therefore, friends, it is necessary that we all have to play various roles as the virtual reality. See? And if we forget that and get carried away by that role, then we can never be able to justify other roles. See? I don't know if I told you this story. This story I read somewhere, very beautiful one. There was an actor. He was extremely good in acting on the stage as Rana Pratap. Whenever he will come on the stage, his acting used to be so lively and dynamic that he used to get a standing applause now and then. And thus he was performing one after another. One day it so happened, his part was over, the curtains have fallen, and as usual he has gone to the green room, and in the green room the boy who is collecting the costume of every actor, as usual he said, Rana Pratap aa gaya, nikal topi. The moment he said like that, Rana Pratap nikal topi, immediately he became angry. Rana Pratap ko topi mangta. That poor boy thought, what happened to Rana Pratap today? And in that mode, he went out of the theatre. And a bus was going, stopped there, being a bus stop. So Rana Pratap thought the bus stop for him. He entered the bus. When he entered the bus, the conductor came, paise nikal, ticket. The Rana Pratap ko paise manga. Now this driver saw that. So they have got, this Bluetooth communication. Don't worry, I'll take care. And the bus started. Night time, 12 o'clock, deep forest, in between two states, Chambal Ghat, and there suddenly the driver stopped. Rana Pratap watched. What happened? Driver said, Chittaugarh. Immediately Rana Pratap got down. And when he got down, the bus went away. And in that dark forest, the Rana Pratap is moving. That Rana Pratap is none other than you and me. Friends, we all have to play the roles. We are husband, we are wife, we are brother, we are sister, we are student, we are teacher. Play your role perfectly well and relax. Instead of that, we carry the load of our different roles, and as a result, instead of remaining one role at a time, we are inside not one, but we are inside a crowd like a poultry farm. Imagine you go in a poultry farm and sit there for meditation. All around you there are poultry birds. What will happen? The bird will come. What is happening outside in the poultry farm, that happens for us inside. So when we are sitting, and then they say, when you do meditation, sit quiet, close all the doors and windows, and switch off the light, and then sit for meditation. Is meditation a bad act to be performed in the darkness? But then why they say switch off the light? So that both the students and the teacher can go coolly to sleep. अंदर में किसको दिखता है? Friends, these are the cartoons of meditation. Simplest way, instead of doing meditation, start living in meditation. When you start living in meditation, we are very clear. Our identity is the real reality, actual reality, and the roles that we are playing is the virtual reality. So I as a man is actual reality, and I as a mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife is a virtual reality. These virtual realities are useful. For conducting in a society, we require virtual realities, but we have to remember that this is just a role that we are playing. With this understanding, lead your life cheerfully and happily. Whenever we are miserable, if you have little cool approach to life, you will come to know at the base of the miserable personality, there is somebody sitting. Then investigate. Is this somebody real? See, one example I'll give you. There was one girl in Delhi many years before. Very sweet girl, very intelligent girl, and she could not get admission in medical college. So she went into such a depression, frustration. So her parents called me, Swamiji, I don't know what to do with her. She is not talking, she is not taking food. I said, okay, you give me food, then I'll talk to her. I went to their house. And then I started talking to her. I said, look here, I thought that you are intelligent, but now I accept I was wrong. You are not intelligent, you are Dumbo. So she looked at me. How do you call me Dumbo? I said, look here, you want to go into medical science, isn't it? Yeah, I wanted to go, but I said, don't start now. Listen, do you know who goes to medical field? Those who do not like healthy people. Those who like only unhealthy, diseased, dilapidated people, they go to the medical field. I said, then why do you choose them? Go in a field where everybody is healthy. Yes, this never struck me. I said, because you are a Dumbo. I said, even if they give you medical admission, don't take it. There are many views many avenues open today. And don't get stuck up only the same standard traditional way. Discover something new approach to life. And when she came out of her depression, her parents said, Swami, thank you very much. What you have done? I said, I have done a magic. All the magic is wrong thinking can be corrected only by right thinking. When we mistake the virtual reality as actual reality, we are going the wrong way. See, friends, and this we don't have to learn from the books. This we can learn from the book of our own life's experiences. Now take your own life. As a child, sometime or the other, we must have asked something to our parents. I want a bicycle, or I want a particular game, or I want a doll, or I want a cat. Something we must have asked. And our parents have refused. That time how miserable we became. Ab ji ke kya karenge? Now you still continue living. And look back and observe that when you were a child, 5 years, and when your parents told no, you became so angry, you became so frustrated. Now when you re-look and re-evaluate at your own past experience, you will only laugh at yourself. Oh my God, during childhood I was such a fool. No. You continue to be now also. See, friends, those who become miserable in life, they are the fools of the highest order. Never become miserable because of anything or anybody in this life. See, the real definition of yoga is given by Bhagavad Gita. I am not telling you the yoga means twist the body. No, straighten the mind. Twisting body cannot be the yoga. So what Bhagavad Gita tells the meaning of yoga, the teacher says, when the miseries come in our life, we refuse to be miserable. That refusal to be miserable is called as the real yoga. Okay? And why we become miserable? Because of practice. Okay? See, those of you who have travelled outside India, they know when you go through the immigration, every country gives you some form for filling in. And there are a number of questions. Questions like, are you a member of an active terrorist organization? Yes, no. Now who dumb is going to write yes? But the question is there. Then the second thing, are some criminal proceedings pending against you? Yes, no. So many questions. In the same manner, when we were coming in this world, we were all given a form with only one question. You are entering the world which is full of miseries, problems and tragedies. Question. Do you want to become miserable? Options. Yes, no. Those who have tick mark yes, they are miserable. Those who have tick mark no, they are happy. Friends, we can attribute miseries to somebody in this world. We are all expert in that. If I am a husband, the cause of my misery is my wife. If I am a father, the cause of my misery is my children. If I am a child, the cause of my misery is my Hitler dad. We are all standardized. Till such time we start blaming others, we can never discover the actual reality that we are. And therefore, here is a very simple technique that yes, miseries can come to us from all sides, but it is a choice given to us by the Lord. exercise your freedom, choose correctly. That miseries may come, but don't cooperate with the miseries. And when you refuse to be miserable, even God cannot make you miserable. See, friends, because misery is a virtual reality, happiness is the actual reality. Try to be miserable 24/7, not possible. But there is the possibility we can be happy 24/7. In deep sleep, nobody is miserable. Everybody is happy. So what we have to do? Out of our total day, night is taken care of. Now only remaining portion. During our waking experience, remain cheerful and happy. That is a possibility. You cannot be miserable all the time because it is not a reality. And to discover this, you become more and more subjective in understanding the working of mind. 1 or 2 points I tell you about working of mind, then you will get the meaning of virtual reality versus actual reality. If desires were normal in our mind, again I repeat, if desires were normal in our life, in our mind, we will not like to remove them. Like this mala is on my neck, in my neck. It is not normal. So after some time, I will start feeling heaviness and I will remove it. Because this garland on the shoulder is not normal condition. But on the same shoulders, there is my head also. Will I ever say, I am tired of carrying this load, remove and put it somewhere? No. In the same manner, if desires were normal in our mind, why we will like to remove the desires? And what we do? Fulfillment of the desire is the removal of the desire. And what we have done throughout our life, only tried to fulfill our desires. But we have never learned from our own experiences how many desires we have fulfilled. But have we discovered fulfillment in life? See how our mind makes fool of us. It is heavily raining outside and you are a VRS. You know VRS means what? It is the SMS spelling of virus. VRS. So you have nothing to do, whole day sitting at home, heavily raining outside. Then when we have nothing to do, no occupation, no business, no goal, no inspiration, then only indulgence. बहु बारिश के दिनों में गरम पकोड़े का मजा आता है. Desire. Then poor bahu, what can she do? She will prepare pakode. बिना चटनी के सेकंड डिजायर. पकोड़े चटनी आ गई. आलू के पकोड़े मिर्ची नहीं है, एडिशनल. After that we get, thereafter चाय का क्या हो गया? There is no end to the desires our mind can manufacture. Every desire is like a virus which attacks our computers. See? You know, there are 3 types of viruses. One is the biological virus, which we all know, H1, HIV, etc. The second virus is your computer virus, which is logical fallacy. Logical fallacy is the computer virus. It is not a biological virus. It will corrupt the logic in that particular software, and it will go in round and it will become confused. The third virus is neither biological nor logical. It is illogical. You have just finished your food. Is it really you are hungry? No, I am not hungry. फिर क्या करें? ये कोई logic है? And all our life is lived without any logic and reason. And we claim ourselves to be really the logical animals called as the human beings. See, friends, therefore, if we recognize this trick of the mind, that the mind is taking us for a ride, therefore, there are two ways of controlling the mind. Number one, discipline the mind. Number two, educate the mind. Disciplined and educated mind alone will take us beyond the limitations of the mind. Thereafter, mind becomes an available instrument to us. Whenever we want, it is available. Our present condition is, when we study, we remember the cricket match. When we are watching the cricket match, then you remember, then you have not taken food. When you are taking food, then you remember you have not completed your assignment. In this manner, where we are, our mind is never available. Just imagine a car. When you apply the accelerator speed, it goes very fast. But when you apply the brake, the car stops after 15 minutes. What will be the condition of such a car? Guaranteed accident. Our life is like this. Our mind starts with a tremendous speed, but when it has to stop, it doesn't stop. It goes on again and again and again. And then we become frustrated because we have never worked on the mind. Therefore, friends, get these two principles very clear. Disciplining the mind plus educating the mind together constitute taking control over the mind. And when the mind is controlled fully, then we are able to appreciate the difference between the virtual reality and the actual reality. And then we choose. Virtual reality is a functional attribute. Actual reality is that one which is supporting the functionality in life. And thus, the functionality does not become a burden in our life, and we remain ever light-hearted, cheerful, and ever ready to achieve the best in life. See, friends, come to discover this and be happy. It is our own choice that can give us this freedom. But if we are not prepared for this, then what we do in the whole life is nothing but only frustration, regrets, and no, I am good for nothing. It is not so. I will give you an example before I conclude. There was one girl in Delhi. Now she is in a very good college. Young girl, class about 8 or 9. Only daughter. The father used to be all the time international moving because of his job, and mother and the daughter at home. And the daughter will never listen to mother. She was going astray here and there. No reason, no logic. Naturally, the mother and father, both of them frustrated. So the father rang me from wherever he was in China. He spoke to me, Swami, this is what has happened. I don't know, I can't go back, and she doesn't listen to mother. I don't know what I should do. I said, okay, relax and take care. Then I phoned. I said, hey, I am in such and such place, take a flight and come quickly. Mother says, Namaji, I don't know even how to use the credit card. I said, don't worry, I will be correct. And I told my friend, they came. I was having a youth camp for 3 days. The girl didn't know that it was a camp. And she attended along with her mother the whole camp for 3 days. The mother I used to tell you, go and do some work, volunteers work. Prepare tea, coffee and all that. Don't sit in the class. And 3 days she attended. I never told her anything. After that, like 180-degree change. That girl in the 7th standard, 8th standard, who used to fail. Today she is one of the toppers. What has happened? Only taking care of your mind. Going beyond the virtual reality. This glitter of the world is so tempting that we start imagining that this glitter of the world is the reality, and then we forget what is the real life that is given to us by the Lord. When we don't understand this, we end up in the Western approach to life. Western approach is they will be working hard from Monday up to Friday afternoon. Thereafter, they have to go for a weekend and indulge and come back on Monday, weekend. So their whole life is work hard, get money, then go weekend, spend everything, again come back. When you are young, it is okay. Thereafter, then they have institutions like old people home, senior citizen home, because there are no children, no grandchildren, because they have never cared for them. As a result, life becomes so self-oriented, and the beauty of a social structure is completely lost. Therefore, friends, let us start from individual. Our actual reality is a dignified human personality. And the virtual reality, all the roles that we have to play, we play our role perfectly well, and yet keep ourselves cool and self-oriented. If these things happen perfectly, life is fulfilled. Such people have no regrets. Such people have no fears. Such people have not left any loose ends when they conclude their life. Then alone life is fulfilled. Let us all try. It is possible for every one of us. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamad